Hello everybody, I'm Lawrence, and welcome to how I've sold over £851,357 selling on Amazon without spending over £100 to start. So I'm really buzzing to tell you all about this today, to teach you exactly how I've done this and how you can as well. I'm sure you're all excited, so welcome to the webinar, and let's get on with it. So before we start, please turn off your phone. Turn off Facebook. I know there's a lot of exciting stuff going on there, a lot of entertaining things, but I'm going to need your full attention for the next little while. So please turn off your phone, turn off everything that's going to be a distraction. I'm just going to turn on my phone on silent now. Okay, that's done. Also, grab a pen and paper or a pencil so you can take some notes on what I'm about to teach you, as this course literally could change your life. So I want your full attention. Okay, so let's move on. So again, just before we start, please don't use these powers for evil. The things that I'm going to teach you, the things that you're going to learn about, you could sell any product with. So I don't want you to go around selling illegal things, things that are not legitimate products, like copying brands, things like that. So please promise in the chat box not to use these powers for evil. Amy says no, Adam says no, Jim, Adrian, I'm not evil. Okay, that's great guys, that's great. Thank you. So what makes this course different? This webinar is going to teach you exactly how I've made over 800,000 selling on Amazon in the last couple of years. Now, a lot of courses out there on this kind of subject material, especially internet marketing, promise you how you're going to get rich quick, things like that. These kind of systems that are kind of pyramid schemes, things like that. This training is nothing like that. This is building a totally legitimate business and leveraging Amazon to do so. This is not a get rich quick thing. You're not going to make 800 grand in a week, I promise you that. So if you're thinking that, then you may as well leave right now. That's not going to happen. But what I am going to teach you is how within a year or two you can turn over 6 figures on Amazon. You can quit your job. This is all possible, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So my name's Lawrence Britton. I work the standard 9 to 5 in an office in a normal IT job. I did that for the first 6 years. I hated it, hated working under people, hated a lot of the people I worked with, but you're forced to sit next to them. You're forced to, deal with their stuff all day. I hated that personally. I had the entrepreneurial bug inside me. I had that for quite a few years. I really wanted to create my own thing, create my own business. So I tried everything under the sun. I tried creating websites, I tried affiliate stuff, I tried, flogging things here and there, but nothing really worked. I was always losing money. A lot of you can probably relate to that. And then I came across Amazon. I saw an article somewhere on how most people on Amazon, like about 60% or something like that, are actually like people selling products like myself. They're not actually coming from Amazon, and a lot of people don't know that. So a lot of people trust the brand Amazon. They think if they're buying from something from Amazon, it's coming from them, but really it's not. It's coming from someone like me in the background. And I mean, that's great for us. We don't need to build kind of the social proof on top. Amazon already comes with that. So I started with only £100 when I started selling on Amazon. I'm going to show you how I did that. But I mean, I didn't have a high budget at the time. £100 is pretty much all I wanted to put in with it. To be honest, I thought it was going to be another thing where I just threw money down the drain like I'd done time and time before. I'm sure most of you can relate to that. And now to date, I've sold over 850,000 on Amazon. So that's all good. And especially considering what I started with, that's pretty damn amazing. I'm sure you'll agree. I mean, do you guys think that's crazy? And do you want to know how I did that? Yeah, Phil said yes. Alex, yes. Shampa. I sure do. Yeah, okay, so you all do. So I've launched multiple brands on Amazon, I've launched multiple products, and I've helped others do the same thing over and over and over again. So I know this stuff works. I know this inside and out now. I do it all the time, and I've helped others do it as well. So I've done a lot of things right on Amazon, and a lot of things right in marketing in general. But I've also done a lot of things wrong along the way. I've had run-ins with different things. I've had products taken down for certain reasons. I've had troubles and obstacles that I've had to overcome along the way. And I have done a lot of things wrong along the way, but I've also done a lot of things right as well. So after doing this for the last 2 years, I've learned how to launch brands successfully over and over again on Amazon. Like, I know exactly how to do that now, how that works, how to get products ranking, things like that, and we'll go over that in a sec. How to get these products to rank and outsell the competition, and how to explode the business into 6 figures. So I'm sure most of you are interested in that part, not just selling a few, but how to get that into an actual, something that can replace your income. So I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So the hard way of selling used to be, if you had a product that you wanted to sell, you had to design a website or hire someone to do it for you. You had to write the copy for that website. That can often be thousands of pounds just for a single letter, single thing that's going to sell your product. You had to hire a web developer to actually implement that website. You had to deal with fulfillment, unless you're going to be going down the post office every day, which I assure you don't want to be doing. I mean, when you're selling for Amazon, I'll show you how we don't have to do that, which is amazing. You don't have to deal with storage on Amazon, but you would if you did it the hard way. You'd have to hire a warehouse, things like that. Advertising, another big one. If you want to sell your product, you got to advertise it. You got to, put your adverts in the paper, on the radio, wherever you can. Try and get people to your website, Google AdWords, things like that. And all that would cost a ton of money. I've been there. I've done it in the past. It costs a lot of money, and it ends up being a lot harder than it should be. Now, I discovered this the hard way. I've been there, I've been struggling with a website. I know I spent loads of money getting a website up once. I had it all up and running, and then the next day, launched it, expecting it to explode, and no sales whatsoever. So does that make sense, guys? Have you been there in the past, anyone? Yeah, a couple of you have. I know, and times have changed, now, so you get to cheat and get the easy way now. We don't have to do any of that hard stuff anymore. It's all been dealt for you. You don't have to spend all that money. You don't have to spend all that time. And it's a much easier thing to do nowadays. And I'm going to show you how. So do you guys want the easy way that allows you to get up and running for under £100? Let me know in the chat box, guys. Sue does, Sarah does, Jim does. James, yeah, good guys. So you do want to know. So let's go into that. So, as you know when you signed up, the 3 secrets that I'm going to reveal to you today. Secret number 1, how I make more money while I sleep than I did working 40 hours a week. Now, doesn't that sound crazy, guys? It really does, but I'm going to show you how I actually do make more money while I'm asleep now than I did busting my ass at work for 40 hours a week. Secret number 2, how I find winning products to sell without inventing anything. So I don't believe in reinventing things. I don't believe in, inventing brand new products. A lot of us have brilliant ideas for new products, but you try and go to a manufacturer to get that made, and you're gonna need like 100 grand to do something like that. A manufacturer's not gonna make you 10, 20 units of something. They're gonna want to mass produce it, and that's when things become cheaper. So we're gonna find winning products without having to invent anything. Okay, and on to secret number 3. How I started making sales on Amazon for less than £100. So how many of you guys want to know about that? Just let me know, guys. I don't have to cover it. If none of you want to hear about that. Yeah, you do, yeah. Yeah. Sue, Josh will do, yeah. Adrian, yeah. So you all do. Okay, we'll definitely cover that one. So let's go into secret number 1 now, guys. How I make more money while I sleep than I did working 40 plus hours a week. So let's do some quick math. I'm not great at math, so I've got my little cartoon teacher there to help out. So I made 30k a year in my job, office job. Decent salary. I think it's higher than the average slightly. So, it wasn't like I was dead broke. I was doing all right. So per day, 30,000 divided by 365, that's £82 a day, okay? And just to mention, that is ignoring all taxes. I mean, really, if you're coming out with 30k a year in your pocket, really you're on 40k plus as a salary. But just for simplicity's sake, we'll say 82 quid a day. Now, on Amazon, every product I sell, I make about £7, okay? So £7 per Amazon sale I make. So £82 per day in my salary, divided by £7 profit, gives us 11 sales a day. So if I make 11 sales a day on Amazon, then I've covered my 30k a year salary, or more, as we said, because that's not including tax. So really, I'm killing it if I make 11 sales a day. And trust me, guys, 11 sales a day is nothing and is very, very easy to do on Amazon. Just so you know, my best day ever on Amazon was 265 sales. So again, I'm no mathematician, but 265, I need to make 11 a day. That's nearly covered a month of my salary, in one day. And I'll show you in a minute how I didn't really have to do much to do that either. So, I mean, that's amazing, guys. Don't you agree? Isn't that crazy? Do you guys think that's amazing? But how do I sell while I'm asleep? So this is a big one. Obviously, if I'm asleep, I can't be going down the post office. I can't be posting things. I can't be doing anything like that. So how was I doing it? Well, guys, I use Amazon FBA. So FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. And this is literally a game changer. You'll see now why Amazon is becoming the beast that it is on the internet. It's taken over nearly all online sales, and they're absolutely killing the market pretty much because of this system. So FBA means Amazon will store all of your products for you. So basically, you get a product created, get it branded, things like that, and we'll go over that. You send it to Amazon's warehouse, and they'll store it for you. So the hard way's gone. You don't need a warehouse anymore. They're going to store all your products for you, and they're going to handle that. So that's great. If you're traveling, if you're on holiday, if you want to work from the beach, you can, because they're storing it all in their warehouse. So you don't need to be there. They'll handle all that. They'll also ship all of your orders for you. I mean, this one's huge. I've done a bit of eBay sales in the past. A few of them might have done like a bit of that or something like that. But, you don't want to be going down the post office a day, especially if you're selling 265 units in one day. I couldn't imagine having to package all those, let alone have to take them all down the post office. So Amazon FBA, they will ship everything for you. Do you see how cool this is, guys? They're literally going to store all of your products and they're going to ship them all for you. They will also deal with all returns and refunds. So if a customer's moaning, a customer's complaining, where's my parcel? Hey, nothing to do with you. You're not the shipper. All you do is create the product and give it to Amazon. They're going to deal with the shipping. So you don't have to really deal with much customer support. Only customer support around the product itself, which is pretty minimal, to be honest. They're also going to deal with the refunds. So they might say, return the item, we'll refund you. They'll sort all that out, no problem. And Amazon already has a huge audience. So do you see where I'm getting at with this, guys? They've got millions and millions of people going on their website every day. So you don't need to worry about the old way of designing a website, paying for advertising, hiring a warehouse, all that kind of stuff. It's all taken care of for you. So even while you're asleep, Amazon do everything for you. So do you see what I mean? How cool is that, guys? Do you get that? Are you getting this? Amazon will literally do it all for you. So on that day that I sold 265 units, I woke up at say 8 in the morning, I'd already sold 30 or 40 units. And that's nearly 4 days salary in a normal job. So do you see where I'm coming from? Is that making sense? Amazing, mind blown. Yeah. Yeah, you're getting it, guys. So, secret number 2. How I find winning products to sell without inventing anything. So this is a big one, guys. You do not want to be, trying to invent something new. You can do if you've sold a few units, if you've got some money in the bank, saved a few thousand up, then by all means, but not when you're just starting out. You want to find the most efficient way and the quickest way to earn some money, to start your business going, and then later on down the line, once you've got things up and running and it's going smooth, then maybe you can think about inventing something. So how do I find winning products without inventing anything? Well, famous quote by Tony Robbins: if you want to achieve success, all you need to do is find a way to model those who have already succeeded. Which is true. So, how are we going to find the people that have already succeeded? Who are the people that are making money and what product have they got? Well, Amazon, again, Amazon to the rescue, the superhero in this course. Amazon tells you exactly what products are making money right now. So all you need to do is go to Amazon, search for the best sellers in each category. So you can see right there, we've got the best sellers in home and kitchen, and the best sellers in sports and outdoors. So you guys probably noticed, you've probably seen these little fidget cubes, these little, fidget spinner toy things, stress relief stuff. These are the best selling products right now on Amazon in sports and outdoors. And I'm telling you guys, if you're in the top 10 in these categories, you're selling way over 100 units a day. way over it, probably 200-300 units a day. These guys are absolutely killing it on Amazon. They're literally making a month's salary within one day, every single day. You know, some of these guys are multi-millionaires from selling on here. And how much do you think these cost to make? This little thing here, it's a bit of plastic really. And they're selling it at $20. You know, they're probably buying this for $1, maybe less, especially if they're buying in bulk, which they obviously are. You know, they're charging $20. That's a huge markup, guys. Do you see where I'm coming from? And again, here, number 2 in home and kitchen, again, selling hundreds of units. $12 a piece. They're probably buying these again from China for next to nothing. Again, here you go. Polylawn garden sprayer. It's a bit of plastic with a hose on. You know, these things are cheap to buy. If you buy these in bulk, you buy these from China, they're cheap, they're cheap, they're cheap. And you're selling them for a huge markup. And Amazon are telling you these products, okay? So we're going to find these products. You can source these products online, do some searches, find them for cheap, and then you can compete with these guys, you know. 300 units a day, say this guy's making. Even if you're ranked 100th in this category, you're still selling a few a day. And remember, all we need to do is make 11 sales a day. Guys, this is easy. Trust me. This is not hard. This is one of the greatest opportunities on the internet right now. So, let's move on to secret number 3, which is how I started making sales on Amazon for less than £100. So I know this is probably interesting to a lot of you, and maybe now you'll see while we've been through the rest of it that this isn't actually that hard to do. So, how I started, cheap, cheap, cheap. True, but, you know, I didn't have much money at the time. Maybe some of you are in the same position, maybe some of you do have more money, but at the time I didn't. So, I found a supplier for a product, so pretty much I looked at the bestsellers list like we just did. I saw a product in a category that I liked the look of, that I was interested in. I knew it was selling well because Amazon told me it was. I know they were ranking well, so I knew it was going to sell. So I found a supplier for that product, searched Google, you know, found a supplier, and I bought 10 units at £4 each. I now know that that was actually very, very expensive for what I got, but at the time, I thought 40 quid, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, who cares? So I bought 10 units at £4 each. I created a company, so I registered a company on the website, on the government website, for £15, that's all it cost, cheap as chips. So I thought, well, if it doesn't work, whatever, close it down, no worries. And I got a label and logo design for 15 quid, that's all. There was a guy in China. I went on the website Fiverr.com, pretty much a site where you can get anything done for about $5. Because I got the label and logo designed, it cost me £15. And guys, the label and logo is real good quality. I might have been lucky there, I might have had a good designer, but I mean, you can look through all of their previous works and pick a good one on that website. So you can do exactly the same thing as I've done here. And obviously that's a lot less than £100. So then I got my shock. Just like this dude, this was my face at the time. I got my products up on Amazon, I sent them in, and they sold within a week. I mean, I know we're talking about making 11 sales a day, but I sold 10 within a week, and I was not expecting to do that. You know, guys, I thought, well, I'll just make a couple of hundred a month extra or something just to cover my bills. That's what I was looking at doing. But these units sold within a week. So I was selling them about £12, I think. So I got £120 back off that sale. And you saw it cost me 40 quid to buy them. So I thought, wow, you know, I've just nearly tripled my money there. So what did I do? I ordered more units. So then I ordered 100 units, I think it was. I mean, I thought, well, even if they take a month or 2 months to sell, no worries, they're going to sell because I've seen these 10 units sell. And pretty much just took off from there, guys, to be honest. I ordered 100, they all sold within a couple of weeks, and it just exploded then after that. They started selling quicker and quicker and quicker. And yeah, so that was my shock, and that's how I got started on Amazon for under £100. So I hope you're seeing how this is possible for you guys. Do you think this is awesome? Do you think you can do this? Sarah, yes. Adrian, Jim, mind blown. James, yes, yes. Josh, tell me more. So you are seeing this. I'm glad I'm opening your eyes to this, guys. So we went through how I make more money while I sleep than I did working 40 plus hours a week. You don't need a lot of time to do this. I'm turning over 6 figures a year now on Amazon. I literally spend 2 or 3 hours a week on my Amazon business. That's literally checking stock, seeing if I need to order more, and it's pretty much dealing with the occasional customer inquiry. That's all it takes now, guys. It runs itself, honestly. Literally, I can go on holiday tomorrow for a month, come back, and it's still running itself. I mean, if I ran out of stock, that'll be up to me, but that's literally it. Amazon are dealing with everything else. Secret number 2 is how I find winning products to sell without inventing anything. So we went through how Amazon actually tell you what winning products there are and what price points they're at. And then you can go and source your own products and sell them and compete with those sellers. Again, I've shown you how in the top 10, say they're selling hundreds of units a day. I mean, even if you get 1% or 2% of that across a few products, you can easily replace your income. You know, we only need 11 sales a day. It's nothing. A lot of these guys are making a month or 2 months salary in one day on Amazon. And that's only one product, remember guys. The big people on there have got, 10, 20 products. They can be making 20 months salary in one day. So I hope that's opening your eyes and that makes sense. Secret number 3 was how I started making sales on Amazon for less than £100. So again, I only bought 10 units to start and pretty much expanded from there. So if you're on a low budget, this is something you can definitely do. If you've got a bit of a higher budget, you can invest more at the start. It's no problem. You can do whatever you're comfortable with, guys. I wouldn't recommend going less than 10 units, to be honest. I think that's a good starting point. If you want to go 50 or 100, that's up to you. You can do. No problem there. So, you might feel a bit like this guy at the moment. May feel a bit mind-blown, may have seen these opportunities coming at you. But, you might be a bit confused about the exact process of how you go about this, how you source products, how you upload them, rank them, advertise and things like that. So let me ask you a question, guys. I am selling on something on this course, surprise, surprise. It's a product called Amazon Assault, and it pretty much takes you from A to Z of selling on Amazon, right from the start of sourcing products, registering on Amazon, finding good suppliers. I even include the emails that I use to get the samples because a lot of them have minimum order quantities, things like that. I explain everything you need to know about Amazon, how to send your stock in, like how to do good copywriting, titles, where to get your images designed, how to do Amazon PPC, how to rank your products well, even things like how to use sales funnels and Facebook adverts to boost your products over the competition on Amazon. Not many people are talking about that at the moment, but I'll go deep into that in Amazon Assault. And I'll go right through to the end game of actually selling your Amazon business, guys. So this is one of the most in-depth courses on selling on Amazon that I've ever seen. I've been through all the courses out there on this stuff, and I've been through the process, and I know that this is one of the most in-depth out there. So Amazon Assault is what we're talking about. A to Z of everything about selling on Amazon. So what you're going to get, over 50 videos, guys, in this course, taking you from A to Z, all you need to know about selling on Amazon, right from the start, right to the end, 50 plus videos, hours and hours of content, literally telling you everything. So if you're feeling a little bit confused now or you think you need a little bit of help, this is the course for you. That's a $2,997 value. I mean, that's not really a lot compared to how much you're going to make back, but that's $2,997 value on that course. So information is not everything, okay guys? I've shared information on how I started my journey on Amazon, but information alone is not enough, okay? You don't just need a course. You've probably had courses before, you've probably done trainings before, but how many times have you succeeded? If you're on this webinar, probably not that many. So information alone is not enough to get most people where they want to be. I mean, I read only about 20% of people who go through a course actually take action, which blew my mind. I'm sure you guys have heard this before. So what else do you need? You need accountability, guys. So what do I mean by that? You need someone like these guys to tell you to make sure you're doing it. So if you're thinking about picking a product this week, you need someone that's going to keep you on track, ask you if you've done it, keep pushing you to where you want to be and hold you accountable for starting your business and completing the course and things like that. So for that, you're going to get over 50 plus videos taking you from A to Z of selling on Amazon, a $2,997 value, and access to the private mastermind group where we can all work together and hold each other accountable. Now, most of the people in there at the moment are beginners, are just starting out. A lot of them have just picked their first product and they're on their way to Amazon. A lot of them have just started selling. There are a couple of people and myself that are already sellers on Amazon, There are people that are e-commerce experts. There's a couple of guys in there that are awesome at sourcing products from China. They handle all that and they can help you with that. So this is really awesome, guys. This is going to, be a private mastermind group where you can go, you can be part of our tribe, and you can work together and we can all hold each other accountable and make sure we're taking action on what's in the course, okay? So that's a 1997 value. So that's a total value, guys, of 4994. So let me just talk about a disposable income for a second. We've all got this. So each month you get your paycheck and you spend your paycheck on things that go away. So you might go to the cinema, you go out for dinner, you waste money going to play games or, go to the arcade, whatever you do, go out for a weekend away, things like that. All this is money you spend on things that go away. So I was once told that poor people buy liabilities. This really changed my mindset at the time when I heard this. But poor people buy liabilities. So, e.g. they buy a new car, things like that. They go on holiday. But rich people invest that money so that it grows. And that made so much sense to me. This blew my mind, guys, when I first heard this. Because I heard the thing that if someone wins the lottery and they were poor, then give it a couple years and they'll be poor again. And you see it over and over again. Because they get that £1 million or whatever they win. And then they go buy a boat, they go buy cars, they go buy all this crap that they don't need. And all that stuff goes away. They waste their money and then they're back where they were again. But rich people, people who have money, invest that money so that it grows. So what I'm saying is this course is an investment in yourself. The returns can honestly be huge. So what I'm saying is, if you're broke at the moment, can't afford the course, fine. I'm not saying go into debt to get the course. That's ridiculous. All you need to do is save that disposable money to invest in yourself, okay? Cut out the cinema trips every now and again. Maybe only go out once a month instead of every weekend, things like that. And invest in yourself rather than wasting it on something that goes away. I mean, this is not forever. I mean, in 2 months, you could be selling like I was, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, something like that, instead of wasting that money on things that go away. So is that making sense, guys? So bonus number 1 I'm going to throw in is Killer Copy Formulator. Absolutely awesome course on how to write good copy. Copy is the thing that makes people pull out their credit card or their cash and buy your product. So Killer Copy Formulator is specifically designed to work with Amazon. It goes over how to write good titles, how to write good bullet points, the description, how to kind of, talk to the buyer in a way that makes them need your product, hitting pain points, things like that. Absolutely awesome course. And I'm throwing this in completely free as a bonus. And this has a 997 value, so that's awesome. So what you're going to get, guys? You're going to get over 50 videos taking you from A to Z on how to sell off Amazon, 2997 value, access to the private mastermind group so we can all work together and hold each other accountable, 1997 value, and a bonus Killer Copy Formulator at 997. So that's a total value so far, guys, of 5991. So let me tell you about Charles. Charles is one of my most favourite people in the world. I met him very randomly and we get on like an absolute house on fire now. Basically, I contacted him because he had a large business already. He had a large email list, and basically I was thinking I wanted to market some of my products to his email list to get more sales through Amazon and increase my rankings, which I'll talk about further in the course, but this is one method. So I thought I'd reach out to him about that. Told him a bit about myself, told him about my sales and stuff, and he was shocked, and he was like, Lawrence, come down, come for a meeting. I'm only 30 miles away. So I went to his office. We had a little chat. I told him what I was doing, and then he decided he wanted to start selling his products on Amazon. Because, to be honest, he was turning over quite a lot of money a year, but he had all the overheads we talked about, and he was doing it the hard way, as we spoke about earlier. Are you getting this, guys? He was hiring a warehouse. He had spent thousands of thousands on getting a website designed and made. He had problems, maintenance fees, all this crap that you don't need. So he actually was turning over a decent amount, but he was making hardly any profit. In fact, I think he was negative at the time that I met him. So he hired me for £1,500 a month retainer, and pretty much all I did was teach him what's in this course. So only on his second month selling on Amazon, he sold over 10k. Can you imagine that, guys? Imagine that on your second month, selling over £10,000 worth of stuff. This is a screenshot here direct from his account. So that was the second month in, 10,500. Second month, third month in, 9,600, and it kind of continued from there, guys. So he didn't mind paying me 1,500 a month, obviously, because he was turning over this much, so he was absolutely over the moon. Didn't even give that a second thought. Just to mention, the first month was pretty much him designing his products, getting them sent to Amazon, things like that, getting his listings up, all that kind of stuff, using Killer Copy Formulator, all of that stuff. And then when he really started selling, it just exploded. So he was over the moon, and that's Charles for you. I don't know the dog, I only know Charles. So isn't that crazy, guys? I mean, honestly, can you imagine what your friends and family would say to you if you literally, in 2 months' time, were turning over that amount of money? And to be honest, you might want to keep that quiet from them. So guys, I'm not that special. You know, I'm not anything out of the ordinary. I'm not a hero. You know, I'm no different from you. I hated my job, and I had an underlying urge that I was destined for something more. That's all I had in me. I knew I didn't want to continue working in an office, sitting at the same desk every day, being controlled by someone else, having to get there at this time, leave at this time, stay late this day, stay late that day, come in at 8 that night. You know, that's all crap. I didn't want to be doing that. I kind of figured out quite quickly working for someone else that a lot of times the harder you work doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get promoted, doesn't mean you're going to get a raise. A lot of times I found the people that were actually above me didn't know as much as me, didn't work as hard as me. And I'm sure you guys have kind of seen the same thing. Does that make sense? So I'm nothing special, trust me. I tried countless things and I failed over and over and over and over again for years and years. Honestly, I tried everything in the book, everything in internet marketing, eBay sales, you know, creating a website, affiliate stuff, all this different stuff I tried. Nothing was ever working for me. I was getting tireder and tireder and tireder, failing. And that's probably one of the reasons I only started with £100, because I honestly thought this was going to be another flop, but it wasn't, obviously. So if you have the will, then you too can spend countless hours, weeks and years trying and do the same thing as me. But why, guys? Why bother? I've literally got the answers for you here. I can help you do this. This is something that you can definitely do. I mean, if I can do it, then trust me, you can as well. I'm not special. I'm no special snowflake. I didn't do something because I was smart. I literally followed the process. Every single time that I've created a brand or product now on Amazon, I follow this process and it works, okay? So, bonus number 2. This is one of the main bonuses. This is amazing, in my opinion. You get private coaching with me, okay, guys? So you can ping me whenever you want. If you've got a question, if you need some advice, some tips, whatever, we can have a Skype call. I don't care. I'm there for you. I'm free most days, so whenever you need a call, whenever you need a bit of coaching, I'm there for you, okay? So this is a $4,997 value. This is literally a game changer in my opinion. I mean, you can go through the course, you can pick a product, you can assume it's the right thing, but literally all you need to do is ping me, say, Lawrence, hey, what do you think of this? Am I doing the right thing here? And I'll be like, yeah. So do you see the value in this, guys? This is a very, very good bonus. A lot of people don't do private coaching with you. They'll sell you a course at like, you know, a few thousand, and then you won't hear from them again. So that's not what I'm about. I want to help you succeed. I want to help you get to where I know you can get to, and I want to help you create your Amazon business. So what you're going to get, guys, is over 50 videos taking you from A to Z on how to sell on Amazon, access to the private mastermind group. Bonus number 1 was Killer Copy Formulator, so we can get our listings up and get them sellable into a T so we can get those buyers in. And bonus number 2, private coaching with me. So that's a total value of $10,988, guys. So let me just say, money replenishes. Money comes back to you every month. But does your time? Your time doesn't come back, does it, guys? That's weird, that. Even if you get fired from your job, the government are going to bring you your money back. That paycheck's coming in every month. It's coming back. Money is not gone forever. But if you miss an important event, if you miss your daughter's football game, if you miss some, you know, your friend's wedding, something like that, because you're working late at the office, can you get that time back? No, you can't, can you? That's funny, that's weird how that works. That time is never, ever coming back. So what I'm saying, guys, is take something that replenishes and use it to save something that you can never get back. Don't waste months or years of your time that you can never get back, wasting all those evenings, all that time that you could do trying to figure it out yourself, whereas I've got the answers right here for you, and I can help you one-on-one get you to where you want to be. You know, You don't need to waste any time anymore. It can literally get you up and running in a couple weeks, 3 weeks, you know, and you don't need to waste any of this time. So take that thing that replenishes, i.e. money, and use it to save something that doesn't come back, i.e. time. Now, bonus number 3 is my secret sales funnel weapon. So I'm going to give you the exact sales funnel, totally free, that I use to boost my Amazon products above the competition. This is a huge one that I use on Amazon to dominate the competition. A sales funnel is basically a kind of system where people will go in the top like a funnel. They'll read about your products, they'll do all this, then they'll get directed to Amazon, and then you'll get sales through that way. So you can get external traffic off of Amazon into Amazon, plus the traffic that's already coming to Amazon, and all of that together boosts your product up above all the other products. And then in turn you keep making more sales, and it kind of works like a snowball effect. So that's a 997 value. To be honest, it's probably worth much more than that, but I'm putting a 997 value on that. So what you're going to get, guys, is over 50 videos taking you from A to Z of everything how to sell on Amazon, access to the private mastermind groups, we can all help each other, hold each other accountable, killer copy formulator, private coaching with me whenever you need. I'll give you my email, I'll give you my Skype, even give you my phone number if you want, and you can have help whenever you need it. And you're going to get my secret sales funnel weapon. So I'm actually going to give you the sales funnel that I use and the information that you need to use it. And that's going to boost your products above all the competition. So that's something that you're not going to get anywhere else, guys. And that's a total value of $11,985. Now, I'm not going to charge you $11,985, so don't worry. But if all this did was allow you to quit your job, tell me, would that be worth it, guys? Would it be worth it? I, for one, would have paid $11,000 back in the day if I knew for a sure 100% guarantee that I could quit my job. You know, that's easily worth it. As you've seen, I make much more than I did at my job now and my salary. So if someone had told me that at the time, that would have easily been worth it. If all it did was give you more free time to do what you love, you know, allowed you to be more passive, allowed you to be more free, allowed you to go on more holidays, do whatever you like, if you love playing golf, whatever, would it be worth it to you? I think so. It would have been worth it to me. And if all this did was give you a passive income, you know, replaced your day job with something that's much more passive, that doesn't require you to be in an office 8 hours a day, doesn't even require you to look at it every other day, would that be worth the money? Let me know in the chat box, guys, would that be worth it? Jim said yes, Adam yes, James sure thing, Amy yes, 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 yes. So you guys are all seeing this, I think. So what's an Amazon business worth to you? So 5k a month, what would that be worth? 10k a month, 25k a month, or more, you know? I sell 60k a month plus. Never would have thought I would, but I do. So how much would you pay to get a self-running Amazon business that's generating 100,000 a month every month? Like, how much would that be worth to you guys? Because that is literally what you could get with this course. So old habits die hard, okay guys? This is a funny sign. I like this. The same old way, or you take the new way. So you've probably been here before. You're seeing a bit of the light at the end of the tunnel. You're feeling excited, motivated, positive. But then the next day you go to sleep, you get back to work, and you're back to reality. And then this is a distant memory. You end up never taking any action to change your life. You think this is amazing, and then all you've done really is waste the last hour. So break the habit, guys. Don't let this opportunity go to waste. Allow me to help you get this up and running. Follow the course, work one-on-one with me, join the mastermind group, work all together, use the bonuses, use the course, and I can literally get you up and running within a month, creating an Amazon business, passive income, and easily allow you to quit your job. I have no doubt about this, guys. I've done it over and over and over again. I understand the value that I'm offering here, and I hope you do as well. So is that making sense, guys? Break the habit. So let's go over, can this work for you? So this can work if you are short of time. I get this one a lot. Some guy messaged me yesterday saying, your course sounds great, but it must take lots of work to do a 6-figure business. Can you send me something where I can earn £100 a week? And I was thinking, what? Has he not listened to anything? Basically, if you sell £100 a week on Amazon, it's the exact same process as selling 10,000 a week on Amazon. You still just send an email to order new stock, and you just reply to customer emails. There's not really any extra work between selling £100 a week and £100,000 a week. So this literally works if you can spend a couple of hours a week. That's all you need to do. And I know we can all spare that amount of time, no matter how much you're working. You can spare a couple of hours a week. So this can work for you no matter how short on time you are, trust me. This can work if you're short of money. I don't know why that just appeared above that one, that was strange, but okay, whatever. So this can work if you're short of time, and it can definitely work if you're short of money. If you're on a budget starting this program, no worries. You saw how I started for £100. You too can as well. That's easily doable. I mean, it's slightly a slower way to start. I mean, if I was starting now, I would order a couple hundred at a time. But of course, I know what works. But if you're not comfortable doing that, no problem. You can start on your budget easily. This can work if you're not technical. You don't need to create any websites. You don't need to know anything about marketing. You don't need to know anything about any of that stuff. The course will literally take you step by step. You'll see my screen a lot of the times. You can follow along with me. I'll show you exactly what buttons to press, what suppliers are good, all that kind of stuff, right through to the end game of selling your business. So does that sound good, guys? You don't need to have a lot of money. You don't need to have a lot of time, and you don't need to be technical. I'm sure this sounds too good to be true, but trust me, I hope from everything you've seen so far that you can see how this is possible now. Anyone can do this. Trust me, anybody. If I can do it, you can do it as well. I'm no special snowflake. Anybody can do this. I've seen lots of people do it now, and literally I'm here to help you if you ever get stuck. So anyone can do this. Easy, easy, easy. So I had two choices creating this course, right? My first option was go cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible. So I could have charged this whole thing at $19 and try to sell 10,000 of them and then a quick buck, okay? And I probably would have done alright from that, but that's not what I'm about here. It wouldn't incentivize me to really stack the value in the course. I want to be helping you. I want to be able to put the time and effort in, work one-on-one with each of you, and figure out how to get your business up and running and how to grow it. If I went as cheap as possible, if someone was only paying me $19 for the course, there's no way I'm going to be able to have the time or energy to work with each person. It's not going to be worth it for me. So I had the second option, which requires a little bit higher investment on your part, but in exchange, I can devote tons more resources to guarantee your success. I can spend the time to work one-on-one with you. I can have Skype calls with you. I can have phone calls with you, work one-on-one, even have meetups if we're nearby, We can do all that kind of stuff. So does that make sense, guys? I decided to go the second option, just slightly higher investment, but then I can actually make sure that each of you succeeds. I don't want to sell a course like a lot of people do, and then you're left stuck elsewhere with no help. That's really not what I'm about. I do want to actually help you start your own business and get up there. So you can see hopefully now why other people are paying me thousands every single month like Charles did. It's definitely worth it. You're going to get your money back, no problem. So if you were to make 11 sales a day, just imagine for a second, how would that feel? 11 sales a day. It might seem like a lot to you now, but trust me, that is not a lot. That's so easy to do. I think the majority of sellers on Amazon are selling over 11 sales a day. Even if your product sold 2 units a day, you can get 5 products and then you're selling that easily. And that's your full-time income right there. That might be more than some of you are earning. I don't know. I mean, it's more than the average. And that will allow you to have a passive lifestyle. You can go and live wherever you want. You can live with the kind of life that you want, So just imagine for a second how that would feel. How cool would that be to be able to replace your full-time job? So you can see why this is a good deal. It's a great deal at $5,000. But I'm going to charge $997 for the general public. Okay, that's going to be the normal price. But because you're special, because you're on this webinar, because you've sat through me going on about this, me teaching you for this long, I know you must be interested. I know you see the value in this. So because of that, guys, you can get started now for just $297. That's insane, I think, for the amount of value you're getting working one-on-one with me, everything, the whole course, all the bonuses for $297. Okay, guys, only today. So you can sign up here, amzheroes.com. Just go there now. Go to that on your web browser, on your phone, whatever, and you can get started for $297. Okay, guys. So just in case that wasn't enough, just in case that still seems like a risk, I'm throwing in a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So sign up today. If you don't like it for any reason at all, I don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes from now, if it's right before your end of your guarantee, just let me know and I'll give you all your money back. No problem. Literally, I know you're not going to want to refund it because of the amount of value you're going to get. I can help you start this business, and you're going to see how insane the course is when you get in it, how in depth it is, 50 plus videos, all the bonuses as well. So guys, there's no risk, honestly, 30-day money back guarantee. Just again, go to amzheroes.com now and you can sign up. So now you have two choices. I have my two choices, you've got your two choices. The first option, do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which again is 100% risk-free. There's no risk in this. But you can do nothing, you can go back to your life now. You've had a little bit of entertainment, you've seen a possibility, but you can do nothing and not bother taking it. Or you can take the second option, pony up this small investment today. Honestly, $297, it's not a lot of money, not for the amount of value you're going to get. I mean, look at Charles, $10,000 a month. Within 3 months, I was selling over $60,000 a month. This stuff can change your life and will change your life if you're going to put the effort in. So compared to all the money, all the value you're going to get in return, I really think it's a no-brainer. Just give it a shot, guys. If you get in the course, you think, oh, what's this? Let me know. I'll refund you straight away. No problem, no risk. So yeah, if it works, great. If not, ask for your money back and you'll get it. So the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Which if it does even half of what I claimed today on this webinar, it will pay for itself many, many times over. I mean, obviously I know it will, but you've got to put a bit of trust in me and have a little bit of a gamble that this is going to work for you. I obviously know it will work for you and I'm here to help you to make sure it does. But just take that risk, take that gamble, and sign up, amzheroes.com, and head there now and you can get started for $297. So again, amzheroes.com, head there guys, and you can sign up. So again, just recapping what you're going to get, guys, over 50 plus videos taking you from A to Z, $2,997 value, access to the private mastermind group, $1,997 value. Bonus number 1 was Killer Copy Formulator, how to set up all your listings, how to do A to Z of marketing pretty much. You're going to be able to sell any product once you've been through that course. Bonus number 2, private coaching with me. We can have Skype calls once, twice a week, whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I'm going to help you one-on-one, make sure you're getting everything. Bonus number 3, my secret sales funnel weapon. So the thing I'm using to outsell all my competitors, the thing that no one else is using at the moment, I'm going to give you that. And I'm going to add that in when you register today. So that's a total value, guys, of $11,985, remember? So money's not bad. Let me just say that. A lot of people think money is bad. Oh, they don't want to spend money, it's evil, blah, blah, blah. Money's not bad. Money is a tool for exchange. That's all it is. You give money and you get something back in exchange. That's all money is. Money replenishes as well, remember? So money comes back to you all the time and then you exchange that money for things. That's it. You don't think anything of going to buy food because it's a fair trade to you. You need to eat. So you spend your money and in return you get some food back. That's a fair trade. This course will bring you much more money in the future than the initial investment you've got to put in. Much, much more. This is, honestly, you're going to get so much more back than you initially put in. It's going to be insane. So that is definitely a fair trade. You put some money in, you get this course back, which again is an investment. It's not wasting the money. It's not throwing it on a cinema trip. It's not throwing it on, whatever you do at the weekend. I mean, for a lot of people, it's 2 weekends money. It's not a lot, So this course will bring you back much more money in the future than the initial investment. So again, you're going to get 50 videos taking you from A to Z, private mastermind, Killer Copy Formulator, private coaching with me, and my secret sales funnel weapon. All in the course and all only for $297, guys. This is insane. Get there now, amzheroes.com, and sign up. If you've got any questions at all, guys, email me right here, support@amzheroes.com, and I'll get back to you. If you've got any questions at all, just drop me an email there. If not, if you're ready to sign up, if you're ready to join the community, get in the mastermind, get the course, get learning, get working with me directly to get your Amazon business started, then you can do that for $297 today right here, amzheroes.com. See you guys in there, and thank you for listening.